Hey, Emmanuel, just want to do a quick video here about how to set up and start running the ProPresenter screen presentation at our Temple location. And it's pretty easy. First thing, step number one, you want to turn the projector on first before you turn the computer on. And the reason for that is because computers are always looking for a screen. They're always looking for a screen to project to. And if you turn the computer on first, the projection software is going to use the computer screen as the primary screen because that's what it found connected. So we want to make sure that the projector is on. And so you need your projector remote, which is always laying on the table right next to the computer. And the on button is right here. And you're going to have to reach up really high. You're going to have to walk over to where the projector is and reach up really high and point it at the projector. And I don't know if you heard the beep, but you want that projector to beep and it'll start turning on and warming up. And then you'll come over to the computer. And probably now you can turn the computer on because you haven't started ProPresenter yet, and the projector, which is right there up at the ceiling, it's going to start warming up for you. So now what we're going to do is turn the computer on, and that is a button on the back left side of the computer monitor. And you press that and everything starts to turn on and starts to warm up, and Apple's coming on and all that good stuff. So while the projector is starting up, and while the computer is starting up, another thing that you want to do is lower the screen. That's going to be in this closet here, the closet right behind the computer. And if you go up to this left-hand side up here, there's this box. And the box has 3 switches on it. Raise, stop, and lower. And you're going to want to lower the screen. And go ahead and lower it all the way down. And it's going to start lowering the screen, as you can see there. And our projector is already warmed up and going. And that's perfect. Okay, just a couple of things about this Macintosh computer while it turns on. Number one is that this keyboard and this mouse are both wireless. They have buttons on the back and the bottom. This little switch right here actually turns the power off and on for the mouse. When it's green, it's on. And here's the thing. When it's on, it's using battery. And so it can drain. So each time you end a service, be sure you turn this thing off. And on the keyboard, same thing. It's going to be right here, this switch. And green is on and silver is off. And just be sure that you turn it off after each worship service. If for some reason you need to charge, that's what this wire is for. You can charge either of these. There's the charging port here on the keyboard or on the mouse. The charging port is right there at the bottom. Here's our screen. The password is capital M, and then it's minister.1 with a capital M. And that gets you into, there it goes. And we'll see on the next slide as we're starting things up. All right, everybody. We are going to just show you really quickly how to set up the projection for a worship service at Emmanuel Temple. This is for the Temple location specifically. It's not too different in Belton, but there are a handful of things that are unique. So just want to put this video together for you. Number one, once the computer is turned on, go down to the menu bar. This is how Mac does it. And this right here is ProPresenter. And you're going to want to click on that. It'll take it a little bit to set up and to start up. And once it does, we'll be able to go into some of the next steps. All right, now that it's up, one thing you want to do is maximize the screen. And then the next thing after this is to make sure that you're going to be able to project onto the screen, the projection screen. And I guess we need to clarify, there's two different screens here. There's the screen, that's this one that you're looking at, that's the Macintosh screen, and then there's the projection screen. So step number one, click on the audience button and make sure that it turns green. Once you know that it turns green, that'll tell you that this should be projecting onto the projection screen. And then click on a tile and see what happens. This display right here is supposed to be what is showing up on the projection screen that the audience is seeing, okay? And here's the thing though, sometimes it'll always show up here, okay? But it doesn't always show up on the projection screen for the audience. If that doesn't happen, here are the steps that you need to take. Number one, go to ProPresenter in the top left menu, click on it, and then click on Preferences. The preference window pops up and you want to go to Screens. On the Screens tab, look at the very bottom for Open Screen Configuration, and this is going to be how the screens are configured. Now, just a few notes before we fix the problem of no projection. This button right here is the same as this button right here. They do the same thing. You turn it off, look, it turned red when I turned it off here. If I click it to green, it turns it back on here, okay? And we're looking at main output. That's what we're looking at. The screen record is for something different. So main output, okay? And then you need to go and you need to look at the different output devices, which is right here. So you click on that and you get the different output devices. The top one is going to be your computer screen. The bottom one is the projection screen. And usually what happens when nothing is projecting on this, so you've got a green button here and you selected a tile, so you've got pictures in this little window here, but there's nothing on your projector screen. Usually the reason for that is because ProPresenter thinks that it should be projecting to the iMac. So all you do is switch it. Go down here, click that button. That's it. Well, and it's not really a button, but you just click inside the screen. And you tell ProPresenter, I want the output to go to the Optima. And every time I've done it, I get a picture and it works, and we are done. And then you exit out of this, you exit out of this, and you should have this also showing up on your projection screen for your audience in the sanctuary. As you can see here, the image is showing up on the screen, and right now we have the announcements going, and they're telling everybody what's going on during the season of Lent. And then you're ready to start presenting and clicking your slides for the songs and things like that. And that's how you get everything set up for making sure you're ready to go for projection at our worship services in Temple. Thanks so much, guys. Hope this was helpful. So the last thing that you want to do after you've turned off the service is over, you've turned off the computer, you want to make sure to turn off the projector. And it's the same process. You want to get the remote and you want to reach, and there's an off button. It says off in the top right corner. And you want to reach the remote way up, point it at the projector again. Sometimes you have to reach really high because of the connection. And you press the off button twice. And again, when you do that, you're going to hear it beep. And that's how you know that it's ready to turn off. And then be sure you pull the screen up by going back to the screen box like we showed you in the closet and pressing the up button. Thanks a lot, guys.